So I haven't finished the previous episode, but I felt so inspired from that idea yesterday that I decided I wanted to do the long run today. Amazing. That's how easily I had to get distracted. Now I need to make one clarification before I do this. 7 miles is about my record outside. On a treadmill, I've run 13. A couple occasions where I ran over 10 miles on a treadmill, but that's so different in so many ways. I guess this is just the starting line for this entire series. The weirdest thing right now is it's not hot, but it's humid. For St. George in the summer is mental. Now I know to most of you, 9 o'clock does not seem early to run at all. And to that I say, I've probably a dozen times in my entire life run before 11 o'clock. Oh no, my pace is 7:30. That's way too fast. I'll probably regret that in a bit. Okay, slow down a bit.
Distance, 0.5 miles. Current split pace,
8:12.
12 seconds.
The longest loop I've ever done is around this entire Shadow Mountain because I was curious as to how long it would be. It was 1.5 miles longer than I expected, which wasn't the main problem. The main problem was I had to cross like 7 or 8 crosswalks, which is unsurprisingly not very fun. Okay, I think that's enough uphill there now. Now I'm on to the main road. I intentionally kind of avoided this because the car noise like that.
Distance, 1 mile. Time, 8 minutes, 35 seconds. Distance, 1.5 miles. Current split pace, 10 minutes, 16 seconds.
The entire half a mile was uphill, so it's good that I'm being careful. When it's hotter, this is where I stop. I kind of need to get to the stoplight. Oh, I missed it. Okay, that was long enough. I'm going. Practically all of this is uphill until I turn around, which makes it really hard, but really nice when you're done.
Distance, 2 miles. Previous mile in, 10 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yeah, this is about the point of no return. Last time I went this far, I sat over there for 5 minutes, and then some random employee from somewhere else got really pissed at me, so I left. But according to Google Maps, there's a trail that I've never been on this way. Just need to keep going straight along the street. Haha! Finally some downhill, followed immediately by a big uphill. My calves are on fire!
Distance, 2.5 miles. Current split pace, 9 minutes, 40 seconds.
Okay, pause time. This is some nice shade. Probably not the best acoustics though. Okay, so where am I at? If I turned around right now, it would be a 5, which would be the longest I've done. If I go another half mile, I reach the average distance I ran in the summer. If I run another half mile, I get nearly the longest run I've done at 7. But if I run 1.5 miles further, I reach a record of 8. I probably won't do more than 8 though. Now the reason I didn't set a pace goal for this is because that would have just been less miles. I just want to do the most miles regardless. This crosswalk really doesn't want me to walk. Okay, there we go. Listen to all those freaking cicadas. Tunnel. More uphill. Okay, I swear it goes downhill. Okay, there we go. I think I talked about this in my first video, but I gotta talk about it again because as someone who's really antisocial, it's something I appreciate so much. When you're out of breath, it's kind of hard to talk. So nearly every runner or biker you encounter, you greet the same way with a very slight nod, and it's just amazing. You don't have to say hi, you don't have to say good job, all you do is nod, and everything that needs to be communicated already is. It's amazing. This hill looks brutal. Oh wow, that's a hill. It's so steep, the people making the lines couldn't go up it straight. Your perspective driving on this is so much different than running alongside it.
Distance, 3 miles. Previous mile in, 9 minutes, 56 seconds.
I might as well talk about something else in the meantime. I may have mentioned this in the last video. I just can't remember whether it was that one or the one I deleted. But working on long projects is such a struggle for me. I guess it stems from homework for me. Every single project we were given a couple months on, it's not like I would procrastinate it to the last day. I'd just preferably do it in 3 days than do it over the course of 2 weeks. because over the course of 2 weeks, I'm super stressed out about it. But after the 3 days, I'm not stressed anymore. But some YouTube videos have to take a couple of weeks. But as the days go on, my chance of abandoning them is super high. I think Sparkle Warrior talked about it. And although I don't instantly reply to most of your guys' comments, I really do appreciate people like Black Thunder, Sparkle Warrior, and the other guy. Forgot his name. I can't remember anybody's name. But the other guy who just barely started commenting. Thanks, guys. This hill isn't even over. It's like just begun. This is the least straight dot line I've ever seen. This will make your pace slower than 10 minutes for sure. Or at least it will mine, for that matter.
Distance, 3.5 miles. Current split pace, 10 minutes, 42 seconds.
I told you. I think I'll pause at the top of this hill. Look what I just went up. The frick is that? The only bummer is very steep downhill. I'm wiping sweat out of my eyes. Very steep downhill while running isn't any more advantageous than slightly steep downhill running, because you don't want to fall. Momentum isn't very kind to you while you're running because you have feet, not wheels. One more half mile, then I get to retrace my steps. If I stay at the exact same pace, this will take around an hour and 20 minutes. But it's downhill all the way back, so I don't know how accurate that's gonna be. But I'm also more tired. I'm just gonna go half a mile more, then I'll turn around. Thing is, I kind of don't want too much downhill now because I'm about to do it backwards. Like I said in that Spartan video.
And then a lot of downhill. And in most Spartan races, for every uphill there's a downhill, and every downhill there's an uphill.
Funny thing is, before I started, I was worried about my battery because I started at around 66% and now I'm at 58. I've lost 8%. This is really nice and level. Now I'm realizing this is a gradual downhill, which kind of sucks. I think I'll turn around at 4.1 because I do not want to finish at 7.9, and there's a chance of that. Now it looks like I'm in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Distance, 4 miles. Previous mile in, 10 minutes, 37 seconds.
Wow. Okay, I'll stop at the top of this hill. Whoa. What is this? I'm just gonna get lost in the middle of nowhere. I think this is a camera angle no one's ever gotten. Well, that's halfway. I wonder how much elevation I gained because all of it was so gradual. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm at a 9:55.
Distance, 4.5 miles.
Now it's so much downhill.
8 minutes, 56 seconds.
Wow, okay, that was my fastest split. Other than my first, of course. I'm gonna have to stop at Texaco for some water because the overcast has kind of ended. Thank goodness it's actually downhill from here. That's the only time I've been able to say that in a positive light. Yeah, this sucks. I'll go down the next one backwards. I got sad news, and I'll probably make a video about this, but tomorrow I'm cutting my luscious locks. I love my long hair so much, but it's not really a choice I have to make. Funniest thing is I started growing this out about when I started making YouTube videos, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, it's kind of foreshadowing something else that will come on my channel, but I'll talk about it when the time comes.
Distance, 5 miles. Previous mile in, 9 minutes, 5 seconds.
Okay. As I said before, the really steep hills are not advantageous. My feet are hurting. Can't wait to get to that Texaco now. It's suddenly become my checkpoint. But yeah, the sole of my left foot is hurting, which I've never had before. It's not bad enough for it to be a concern yet.
Distance, 5.5 miles. Current split pace, 9 minutes, 35 seconds.
Going a bit slow, but I'm just trying to calm down before I start on the real downhill. I'm not too far from getting off Mr. Bones' wild rag.
Distance, 6 miles. Previous mile in, 9 minutes, 16 seconds.
Okay, that's 6.2 miles at an hour, which is slower than my old workouts, but my old workouts ended here. Okay.
Distance, 6.5 miles. Current split pace, 9 minutes, 11 seconds.
Yep, that's what I thought. I wonder how I'm gonna fit this on an end card. But oh yeah, I have 1.4 miles to go, which is nice. I want to tell a funny story though. I remember the first time I ran up this, I was in horrible shape in the summer. I think I ran 2 miles, but there was a guy on a bike that I caught up to, and we had like a 10-second conversation, and I still remember it was so funny. I wasn't actually doing that good, but he was so amazed by me catching him that he just had to tell me, and it was so amazing. Another time, some guy was replacing the speed limit signs, and I passed him and then didn't think of it. And then passed him again up further, took like a 20-minute break, turned around. He said something like, "Oh, you again." It was so funny. It's just kind of what happens. You don't realize a memory's being made until after you finish your run. Then you're like, wow, that was so weird. It's okay, just like that. What a nice lady. This is the dead end, and I remember once I turned up here and I was suffering so much because doing half a mile longer than you expect is so bad I can't even explain it. Here's my turn. Oh boy. Sorry, the stop sign is beckoning to me. 0.6 miles. Oh my gosh. Now it's getting all too familiar. I know this place too well.
Distance 7.5 miles. Current split pace 9 minutes 12 seconds.
Okay, last half mile. I'll probably hit like 8.1. This is it. It's a little bit of uphill and then downhill. A little bit more uphill. Okay, so close. 7.8. My last 2 brain cells. Right down guard.
Distance 8 miles. Previous mile in 9 minutes 3 seconds.
It looks less like I just started sweating, more like I've been sweating for the past hour. Since this is the last official video with my hair like this, might as well cherish it. I bet you guys can't guess when I'll see you next. In the next video!